So welcome back to semi-finals day here at the Daihatsu Yonex Japan Open. What a day it's been so far for the home players. The first three semi-finals that we have witnessed, it has been home players who've ended up on top. Look at that, with the defending champion, Kento Mowata, in the last match, coming through in 2 straight games. Well, next up is women's singles. So the question is, can Akane Yamaguchi make it an all-Japanese women's singles final? She is a former champion here, won this title as a 16-year-old qualifier back in 2013, looking to reach her 3rd final at this tournament. But she's really got her work cut out because she's up against the All-England champion, Chen Yufei from China. When we look at the draw from quarter-final stage, we had 6 different nationalities, 5 seeds, including the top 4. But the number 1 seed failed to progress past the quarter-final, beaten by Michelle Lee. What a terrific result for Michelle Lee, coming from 6-10 down in the deciding game. The other 3 top seeds all made it through to the semi-final stage, and if you were with us earlier, you will know that Okuhara beat Michelle Lee in 2 straight games. So we are going to see the second of the semi-finals now, which is Akane Yamaguchi, the number 4 seed, up against Chen Yufei, the number 2 seed and reigning All-England champion. Well, the fans here very much enjoy watching their home players, as do fans all over the world, it has to be said. But if it were to be an all-Japanese final tomorrow, it will be the 3rd time that that has happened at the Japan Open, because when Akane Yamaguchi won her first title back in 2013, she beat Shizuka Uchida. And then, of course, in 2015, when Nozomi Okuhara won her title here, she beat the player we're about to watch, Akane Yamaguchi, in that final 4 years ago. Well, she's been in tremendous form, winning the title a week ago at the Indonesia Super 1000 event, beating Pusala Venkata Sindhu in the final. And as we saw from the draw, she beat Pusala once again yesterday in the quarter-final stage, though this time. So, like the lady already in the final, she is looking to reach her 3rd final here at her home event. Has the distinction of being the first ever player from Japan to win a Japan Open title, and that was across all 5 disciplines. And to achieve it as a qualifier, as a 16-year-old, was quite remarkable. And she still remains the youngest ever winner of a title at this level of tournament, either a Super Series or the new World Tour, level 4 or above. But her opponent, the number 2 seed, Chen Yufei, bronze medalist at the World Championships 2 years ago in Glasgow, won the All-England title earlier this year, beating the world number 1 Tai Tzu-Ying, who was then the 2-time defending champion. She was going for the 3rd consecutive title, but that was stopped by this lady, because she won in Birmingham, and she beat Tai Tzu-Ying for the very first time in that All-England final in their 12th meeting. So 2 players right at the top of their form. My calculations suggest that Yamaguchi, come next Tuesday, will go back to being world number 1. But this, as you can see, is the 16th meeting between these 2 players of the previous 15. Akane Yamaguchi has won 9 of them, but the last time they met was in the Sudirman Cup final, the final. And Chen Yufei came from 6-11 down in the deciding game, and that really set China on their path to taking the Sudirman Cup once again. So, Akane Yamaguchi turned 22 last month, born in Katsuyama City in Fukui, and she spent 2 weeks as world #1, whereas her opponent's highest ranking has been #2. So here is Yamaguchi, and that just confirming what I was telling you. 2 previous finals 6 years ago and 4 years ago. This is her 8th consecutive appearance at the Japan Open. Now, when we look at her results so far, she played against Kosetskaya, who'd been promoted from the reserve list following Gojin Wei's withdrawal, then Chen Xiaoxin in the second round, and that quarter-final, as I was telling you, against the #5 seed Pusana Venkata Sindhu in a repeat of last week's final. So to the #2 seed, Chen Yufei, who's 21 years of age, born in Hangzhou, the capital of Xinjiang province. Went down 1 place this week to #4 in the world ranking, but had spent a total of 11 weeks across 2 different spells as world #2. This is her 4th consecutive appearance at this tournament and her 3rd consecutive semi-final here at the Japan Open. So she really has been consistent at this tournament. Her path through to today's semi-final: Fitriani of Indonesia in the first round, Sonia Chia of Malaysia second round, and a quarter-final against Busanan Hongbanrangpang from Thailand. That went full distance. So she, unlike her opponent, has not played against another seeded player. Umpire for this, Eric Derog from Canada, and our service judge from Indonesia. Well, the first thing we need to notice about these 2 players, Steen, is how consistent they've been this year. Akane Yamaguchi is in her 8th consecutive semi-final in her last 10 tournaments. Her opponent, Chen Yufei, is in her 8th semi-final also, but only from 8 tournaments. Yeah. She's always reached semi-final or better this year.
Yeah, it's been semi-final or win.
Yeah. 3 titles, 4 semi-finals so far. Well, this is the 5th semi-final, at least.
On my right, Chen Yufei, China. And on my left, Akane Yamaguchi, Japan. Akane Yamaguchi to serve. Love all. Play.
So the umpire calls play to get underway in the second of the women's singles semi-finals. Can Akane Yamaguchi make it an all-Japanese final tomorrow? That's a lovely cross-court net shot, forcing the error.
1 low. Service over. 1 all.
There's that cross-court net shot again.
Service over. 2-1.
Missed it.
Service over. 2.
How do you see this tactically unraveling here?
Yeah. That's a question. I think it's interesting that we've seen that Yamaguchi, she took some heat from head coach Park Jo-bong after the German Cup, but where she lost to Chen Yufei despite having an 11-6 lead in the decisive game. I think we saw the last Uber Cup in 2018. We saw Chen Yufei be very, very nervous, playing first women's singles for China then. And I'm curious to see whether Yamaguchi has what it takes to beat Chen Yufei at the moment, which I am not sure she has. I saw Chen Yufei in Australia and she was brilliant. I really think she's playing well at the moment. That's why it was so puzzling that she went down on the world ranking list. But that was because Yamaguchi won Indonesia Open and passed her. I think she's great at neutralizing Chen Yufei. She's got good shot quality. She moves well. Her defense is okay. Her attack is reasonable. She's pretty good in pretty much all areas. She's not exceptional in any specific area, in my opinion, except the tactical. The way she can tailor her game to each opponent, and I think she should have the upper hand here because she should be able to use her reach against Yamaguchi. But Yamaguchi is perhaps, again, like we saw in Indonesia, she's rather muscle strong and can put some pressure on Chen Yufei. When you can put pressure on Sindhu with your smashes and follow-ups and so on, then it's interesting to see what you can do here. I just think that the defense of Chen Yufei perhaps is stronger and more accurate than we saw PV Sindhu. So I have Chen Yufei as the favorite, but I've been looking forward to this match.
Oh, my goodness. It sat on the top of the tape and fell back her side.
6-4.
And there's another thing that, in my opinion, speaks for Chen Yufei, and that is that Yamaguchi won that tournament last week. She's the only one left from the finalist in the singles. 2 men's singles finalists are already out, and she took care of PV Sindhu herself yesterday. So, but she's had a tough program.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-6.
Oh, that's a little short.
Great retrieving. Yeah. And retrieving, I think, frustrated this lady a little bit.
6-0.
I think that's a really, really important point for the match. If Yamaguchi gets so much back that that Chen Yufei is sort of feeling the need to go closer to the lines, to use more power, and thus create mistakes, that could be a real important part of this match.
Yeah.
Again, she gets
like that
more
run.
back.
Exactly personified in that running. Kept it coming back.
7-6.
Chen Yufei then thinks she's got to do something extra special. Yeah. Well, she made her run the full diagonal at least twice in that rally. Final punch clear.
6.
Played to perfection. So 4 straight points. First of all to Chen Yufei, and 4 straight points to Akane Yamaguchi. That one's long.
Service over. 7-8.
Just wide.
8-all.
But you were talking about Yamaguchi continuing with the net play against PV Sindhu, weren't you? And you felt that was a very good tactic against Sindhu, waiting for Sindhu to play the lift.
Yeah, she didn't really stick to that as much yesterday as she did in Jakarta, where she went for a very, very attacking strategy, Akane Yamaguchi in Jakarta. Here, the playing conditions are different. Today, as far as I've been able to spot the first 3 matches, there's very little drift alongside the court at all. So it's really good playing conditions. So perhaps you don't have to be as attacking as we saw Yamaguchi in Jakarta, because there was a lot of drift and you wanted to be in control of the rallies. Here you can be more accurate with your shots.
10-8.
Yamaguchi has got both legs strapped, I think, whereas Chen Yufei's got her shoulder strapped, so they're obviously neither of them 100% fit. Little niggling injuries. Not surprising given the amount of badminton that's been played. That's going wide.
Yeah.
And it is Akane Yamaguchi who has the advantage, a 3-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. In fact, I think there's more strapping on Yamaguchi's legs than there was yesterday.
然后一些吊起撒开，还是要动起来，你还是站在原地，所以就是说你一转过去，它是抢上来的，它转过来。
There you go.
大概数上到1、2、4，好吧？啊，这样开始打气势。
馬場面に見たちょっと集中集中いらないでハーフスマッシュ集中
全体的に今そのいいからそのままで守りだけでダメよ。一回やったらそこから戻らない。
So have we seen Chen Yufei really go for the smashes yet? Yes, but that wasn't too big a smash.
That's a fabulous smash. Threaded it down the line.
The reason for asking is, of course, the strapping on her shoulder, because if she's hindered there, then I mean, she's reliant on being more or less equally good at all aspects of the badminton game.
Oh, great defence. Super play from Chen Yufei.
Service over. 9-12.
great composure.
Service over. 13-9.
Fantastic play. I guess that's one of the things that winning a big tournament gives you is self-confidence and match fitness, that the shots are inside the lines. No, she missed it.
Oh, you're right, Steve. She put it long.
But it was also, I think it was due to the good quality of the defense from Yamaguchi.
15-9.
It's a little bit high, but I think it stops really close to the net, and there's not much room to work with for Chen Yufei.
Well, she looks at the moment to be in total command, quite frankly.
Exactly.
Yamaguchi.
Yeah. And the body language doesn't suggest that it's about to change.
No.
But we can't really see anything in terms of Sudirman Cup from this, because it was a totally different outlook from both players, whereas here it seems like so far that Chen Yufei is having an day where, that should have been in, should have had that. Oh no, that hit the top of the tape.
Plus, of course, I know the different conditions of the different arenas in Nanning to here in Tokyo, but Sudirman Cup played in front of Chinese fans, obviously favouring Chen Yufei. Here, the home fans giving a lift to this lady.
Exactly. And especially when she senses by now that Chen Yufei is not at top level, not at maximum. Difficult to say yet how many % she's at, but Yamaguchi senses this is a good chance. Despite the strappings that we see on Yamaguchi's legs, she's moving really fast.
19-9.
You realise it was 8-all, so this is now 11 of the last 12 points. Oh, that's a super shot.
Service over.
Brings that incredible run
10-19.
to an end. Yamaguchi doing a full pirouette when she played that backhand.
11-19.
tumbling net shot did the damage.
12-19.
Yeah, woefully short-lived. Yamaguchi, nothing else she could do, really. Yeah, well taken. Oh, this is a little revival, isn't it, from Chen Yufei?
It is.
13-19.
I wonder if Yamaguchi is underestimating her opponent a little bit. Too short.
Too long.
14-19. Service over.
Finds the nets, Chen Yufei,
20.
and therefore it
14.
is game point opportunities for the number 4 seed, Akane Yamaguchi.
Service over.
Perfectly good smashes by
15,
Chen
20.
Yufei.
It's going wide. So second time of asking. And Akane Yamaguchi, one game
First
away
game won by
from
Akane
a
Yamaguchi,
third final here
21-15.
at her home event, the Japan Open. 21-15 and scoring that opening game. This young lady played extremely well in that opening game. 19 minutes for game number 1.
加油啊！
Interesting that the Japanese coaching team
I get a feeling that they just want to friendly remind Yamaguchi that it's about winning points. It's not about artistic impression or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I felt when she got that big lead in the first game, there was a little of this come down Saturday late morning and have fun with Yamaguchi playing badminton. So when you play well, it's a fine line of being efficient as well.
Yeah. For those of you who were with us yesterday evening, exactly the same comments could have been made of Gideon Sulkamolio.
It's different. It's a different look on Chen Yufei. Just the first rally here, it might change again, but from when she was down, was many points in the first game.
10 points down.
10 points down. She looked down and out.
Yeah.
Now she looks as, maybe I could come back here.
Yeah. Yeah, she was 9-19 down. Chinese players, I have to say, Steen, have an incredible record in the women's singles discipline here at the Japan Open. Chinese players won the first 10 women's singles titles and have won a total of 25 of the 37 that have been completed so far. So that's approximately a 68% success rate for Chinese women's singles players.
That's amazing.
2-1.
But yeah, pretty much since they entered the world scene of badminton, it's been for the other nations to try and break China's dominance in women's singles, and that's first succeeded lately in 13 when Martina Gintonen won the World Championship.
That's right.
Basically,
Yeah.
then there's been others once in a while. Susi Susanti from Indonesia, Mia Odina challenging Bang Soo-hyun in that fantastic year 1996 when she won the Olympic gold and All England and almost Wimbledon and Tour de France as well. But she won everything that year. But it's been one-hit wonders from the other countries.
Yeah.
Now it's a big challenge from more countries, from Spain, Thailand, Japan, Chinese Taipei.
Yeah. India.
India.
Here we go. What does Hawkeye say? Yeah, I thought it was clearly out. I know that was a bit of a bizarre challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Yeah, we're in the
One
middle of a
challenge
sort of fascinating era of women's singles,
one.
which is terrific.
I think we're in the golden era of women's singles.
Yeah.
These players here, top 10, 12 at the moment, they will be legends. Also because they're so different in playing styles. It's so fantastic to watch at the moment. There's so many types, there's so many who match up differently as to some player has an opponent that they have trouble beating, whilst others can do that more easily. And then when the playing conditions change a little bit, the whole dynamics change again. It's a wonderful time in women's singles.
I couldn't agree more. Oh, goodness. And she still won the rally.
So it's over. 5-3.
She's way off balance as she plays that and does a full pirouette.
And then changing her direction of movement and with such ease.
That was a lot more difficult than it may have looked, because that shuttle was spinning ferociously, having bounced off the top of the tape. Well done by Chen Yufei.
But it's over. 6-4. 7-4.
That's inexcusable, really, Steve, isn't it? I mean, on the return of serve, you've got to get the shot into play. She must be aware about the drift, surely.
8-4.
There's too many mistakes with Chen Yufei
Yeah.
today. Oi.
Oh, that's just delightful. What a shot. Longest rally so
For the
far as
silver,
well.
5-8.
Emphasizing your words there. About
Service over.
awareness of the drift
9-5.
or the lack of it. Mistake on the high serve. Wow.
Lovely shot. That is remarkable. She'd been pushed and pulled all over the court and then does a straight slice that finds the
10-5.
line.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult shot because you haven't got a lot of court to work with. So easy to pull it wide.
It's going wide. So to the mid-game interval.
11-5.
Akane
interval.
Yamaguchi with a 6-point advantage. Gosh, she is playing well at the moment, isn't she, Yamaguchi? 29 minutes into the match.
所以他顶后场的有些球啊，你不要先吊，你打高球给他，高一点，你也跟他对跟耐心打高球，熬住了以后，你要抓他的推球和高球，就抓这两个，其他的球你就全力以赴快一点进去就行啊，因为这个后场感觉特别重要。
20 seconds.
真ん中で流して向こうがネット使った時にネット勝負してないからそこは集中からこう回ってネットいらないから流して真ん中に。
10. Play.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Do you know, I was going to say to you, Steve, that that's answered my question for me, really, because I was going to say, what does the coach do when you have a player that's got a lot of strapping on the arm? We've got the World Championships coming up next month. You're playing against a player that's really playing very, very well. Do you ask them to be more aggressive? Well, she certainly was on that return of serve.
Probably going for placement
Yeah.
over power. But yeah, it's just there's so many important things. This is the Olympic arena. This could be a medal match in a year's time. Imagine what a boost it would be for Japanese badminton if they were able to play an all-Japan final here 1 year ahead of the Olympics. On the other hand, a boost it would be for Chen Yufei if she could win the tournament where the Olympic badminton tournament is being played. And then we have all the implications about the World Championships. So many stories. She's pointing towards the shoulder now.
Do you think we might have a withdrawal? Oh, she wants the doctor.
That's not a good sign.
No. I think she might be about to call it a day. Oh, this would be very disappointing for the fans.
Doctor.
You've got from Canada, one of the deputy referees in attendance.
Chen Yufei would be the one relied on in Basel in 3 weeks' time to re-establish the Chinese women's singles by taking the World Championship title for the first time in 8 years. There's so many stories around that championship. Can Kohara claim her second World Championship? What about Sindhu now that Marina's not there? Is that her big chance?
Yeah.
What about Ratchanok? Is that perhaps her last chance? And not to forget Tai Tzu Ying.
Who's never even medalled at World Championships.
No, exactly. There's so many stories and scenarios in women's singles.
Yeah, as you said earlier, a golden age and a fascinating age.
Play.
Will Marine play? She's entered into the tournament so far after her injury. Don't lie.
14-6.
I'm not sure there's much resistance left in Chen Yufei now. There's, I think, professionalism playing the match, but there's a long way home to get back in this game and then win a third game as well.
Yeah.
Service over. 7-14.
Close.
8-14.
That was clearly long throw. Good call, line judge. Well
Excellent.
taken.
So much for my theory about not much resistance left. I think she's played the last 2 or 3 rallies really brilliant, Chen Yufei.
Yeah, but we love it when the players prove us wrong, don't we, really?
No,
Secretly.
I don't. No, I don't.
I do.
Service over. 15-9.
But it shows a lot of character that she just keeps on with what's left. If there's no more rackets with unbroken strings, then we keep on going with the ones that are the best of those with broken strings and see if we can get some net play going.
10-15.
Get it done one way or the other. She's going to focus a lot on letting letting Yamaguchi win it herself. That She doesn't want to lose it, Chen Yufei. If she's going to lose it, because Yamaguchi is winning it.
16-10. Service over, 11-16.
She hasn't played the net terribly well today, Chen Yufei. She hasn't found her touch and range.
Right now, I think she should go reasonably close for the net, because it could be a 50-50 situation in terms of scoring points, where in open play she's having difficulties.
18-11.
Oh, goodness. That's the first body smash of the match. What a tremendous
19
placement, power, and change of tactics. Great variation. And it's gone long, and it's match point opportunities.
20, match point, 11.
Oh my goodness.
Service over.
Not as bad as that serve you
12,
keep
No,
mentioning.
still way after the serve.
Extraordinary serve from Yamaguchi. Was that the semi-final of the World Championships last year?
I think it was against Sindhu.
Yeah, we won't mention it again, I promise.
Not today.
Short. Oh my goodness, she got it back.
13-20.
Oh, she's taking in some big gulps of air.
14-20.
It's funny, we see when she's disappointed. We don't often see when she's absolutely delighted, do we? We know she was fed up with that one.
She and Sechewan, they go in the same category in terms of celebrations.
Oh! Didn't go over. Millimeters away.
Two more points for Yamaguchi, and you'll see steam coming out of Park Ju-bong's ears. Sorry, 2 more points for Chen Yufei, of course.
Yeah. That's a nice drop. Yeah, this time. Symmetry in the scoreline. 21-15, 21-15 in a a match lasting 42 minutes. And Akane Yamaguchi, like her teammate Nozumi Okuhara, through to a third Japan Open final.
21-15, 21-15.
Former champion from 6 years ago, and tomorrow we will be treated to the spectacle of a repeat of the 2015 final here at the Japan Open. So, quite obviously, Chen Yufei was struggling with a shoulder injury, but take nothing away from this young lady, Akane Yamaguchi, who was superb today in her victory. Once again, just to confirm that, 21-15, 21-15 in 42 minutes.